You're saying that the business is not viable when I don't feel like that you're invested in it. I don't feel like you're doing anything for it.
I don't want to design jewelry.
But I have been begging you to do the plus size clothing line because it's something that is your niche. You want these pieces. I know you do.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, to me, it's like it's a hobby business. It's not a real business.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is, what day? Friday, April 7th, 2023, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Every single day, I am like, I'm going to do something besides talk about the Brown family, but then every other day, there is a new article that comes out or something that drops, and I'm like, oh, well, this is another video for you guys to talk about because everything Browns is kind of what you're into. I will be expanding some of the topics here as you've seen over the last several weeks, so hang tight. But today, Gwendlyn Brown has some things to say about Robyn's decisions to join the family and whether or not those decisions were about actually loving Kody or if she just married Kody for his money and self-preservation. You know, there's been a lot of questions about the authenticity of the relationship between Robyn and Kody and if this would withstand the test of time, given the fact that the two of them seem to both be opportunists and in it for money. Both of them have a habit of wild spending and lavish spending and Robyn's shopping addiction. So we're also going to dive into a video that was made by Miss Janelle. She actually went live on her Instagram yesterday, and she says that there is a warrant out for her arrest, or is there? Do you ever get a call from someone claiming that you owe money to the IRS or that you have things that are due and that if you don't respond now, you will immediately be fined or something like that? I hope Janelle's case is like that because it would be horrible if she had a warrant out. And why do you think it is that Robyn actually has a nanny? These are the burning questions that I want to know on Friday, April 7th, 2023. Before we dive into today's topic, can you please do me a big favor and give this video a thumbs up? If you would love to subscribe to my channel, click on the subscribe button down below and click on the bell if you want to get notified anytime new content is updated or loaded. If you have something to say, leave a comment and share this video with your friends. As we continue on our journey of covering the fundamentalists of the AUB, formerly of the AUB, we dive into all things Gwendlyn Brown and her Patreon. Now, these articles actually come from Show Buzz Cheat Sheet by a reporter named Julia Odom. And the first thing we're going to talk about is Robyn's incessant need for childcare, a live-in babysitter. What is this about? So a lot of fans have wondered, why does Robyn have a nanny? Instead of using, you know, like her sister wives or some of the kids. And according to her Patreon, the article says that a fan wanted to know why Robyn needed a nanny. The question was, can you please possibly tell us the exact reason Robyn has always had a nanny? Is she sickly, lazy, too uneducated to school her children? And Gwendlyn was apparently just absolutely baffled by the question. She said, I have no idea. Genuinely, none of the reasons that I've ever come up with make any sense without being offensive, and I'm trying to avoid that. Well, she has had multiple nannies, right? So she had her sister, she had her niece, Mindy, that helped for a while. Her sister actually moved in for a while. And there's always been this like elephant in the room about Robyn's like illnesses and her health. I don't know if that's a reason. Another elephant in the room has been that Robyn has a child, Dayton, that is on the spectrum, but he's an adult now and he doesn't need as much attention as he once did when he was a kid. And he's a lot more independent than you would think, than she would allow you to believe. So there's that. I don't know. And apparently, I mean, Gwendlyn has answered this question before, and she said that Robyn did have a job and that she needed a nanny for filming. But I don't know, like, she's got 2 kids, and outside of filming for the show, which doesn't film that often, and they're not doing it every single day, I could see needing childcare if your older kids can't watch the kids and you need to do your filming. I could see that. But if she doesn't have another job outside of the show at this point. Sister Wives Closet remains online, but they have limited inventory, and I can't imagine she's actually making a lot of money that way, unless she's helping Kody with his gun business. Don't even get me started on Kody's gun business. He used to be a licensed arms dealer in the state of Utah. He no longer has a license, and he's in business with a guy that was actually arrested by the federal government for signing illegal papers or creating false papers for weapons to sell within these gun shows. And these gun shows are notorious for people moving the unregulated and illegal weapons through with false paperwork. So I would hate to think that Kody and his friends are falling back on old habits. Kody's never been charged in any of that, but at this point, there's no license, so who knows what he's selling, if it's even guns at this point. But as far as like why... she was asked why Robyn, or if Robyn married Kody for the wrong reasons, or if she had like some sort of ulterior motive. And the question from Patreon, which again comes from a cheat sheet article, says, do you think Robyn really wanted the family, or do you think she wanted Kody and to be taken care of? Again, this is what Gwendlyn says. At this point, honestly, I feel like her intentions were just self-preservation and to keep her kids safe and comfortable. And I would say that if it was her intention, she succeeded. As of right now, Robyn is the only wife. So she only wanted someone to help keep her kids safe and comfortable. When Robyn was divorced from her ex-husband, she moved from Montana down to Utah to be closer to her family. With that move, she was not making a lot of money. Robyn was raised to never like really have a job. Like she was raised, and within this culture, women are not supposed to have jobs. They're like literal occupation that they are bred for and indoctrinated into becoming is to be a mom and to be a wife. And when they're single, they lack the education to get higher paying jobs. Not to say that you can not get a high paying job when you have, if you don't have a college degree, but without that, education as a backbone, it makes it a lot harder. And so she probably was looking for some security, and she actually even wrote about that in her book. So what did Robyn actually say about financial security in her book? She said, if and when I married again, I wouldn't care the least bit what my husband looked like. None of that superficial stuff mattered to me anymore. My husband could be older, young, fat, or skinny. I didn't care as long as he was a good man and a good husband. I wanted someone whose sole priority was taking care of his family. I knew that anyone who was interested in this job would have to demonstrate himself thoroughly and competently as caring, unselfish, and strong. So she was looking for someone literally to help support her family, and that all of her dates were basically job interviews because she was looking for someone to help support her family. I mean, it's fairly obvious there. And it's really not that uncommon in this world to not marry for love. Even though when we met her in the very first season, she was like googly-eyed and said that Kody was her soulmate. Who knows if that's actually true? Because honestly, people say a lot of things to get what they want. Let's just say that. Okay, so another thing that Robyn wanting the big family, this was like the thing where she was crying about at the end of the season about how she still can't let go of this idea that she would become the old lady that sits on the ranch and has the ranch family, and the ladies are all together and they're with their grandbabies or grandchildren, whatever, and children. And that's what she saw in the future. And she was crying about the loss of that. But what's really weird is that throughout the entirety of their relationship, she's never really integrated that well into the family, nor has she tried to really integrate into the family. And so it says, another question came in from fans of this. You had mentioned at one point that you hadn't been to their home in years. What the heck? That doesn't make sense. Gwendlyn had once said that it had been years since she had been at Robyn's house, which is strange given that her father lives there. But again, Gwendlyn said this, "It's definitely ironic, but it looks to me that Robyn just has different rules and expectations for how she would like people to behave in her home. And surprisingly enough, we all have personalities and opinions, and we're not as easily controlled as she might prefer." Gwendlyn also revealed that Kody and Robyn have shunned the rest of the family, and she's also accused Robyn of isolating Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, Ariella from the rest of the family. They are currently estranged from all 13 children except for McKelty. And she said that she invited Robyn and Kody to her wedding, but she doubts that they will show up because of the drama with the family. Can you imagine being a father of 13 children and they don't want to talk to you? And you don't care to have a relationship with them, and one of your children, one of your daughters is getting married, and instead of going to the wedding, you're going to skip it because you can't control this? Robyn, I would say, is a very controlled person and a very controlling person. You can even tell when she interacts with Kody that she will tell him like what he can and cannot say, and how she doesn't want him to speak to the children, and things that she doesn't want them to speak about to the children. One of the things that she spoke about a lot in her book, not in her book, but in the book, Becoming Sister Wives, was about how she had a no tolerance policy for teasing of any kind. She never wanted her kids to be teased. She never wanted any sort of razzing. She didn't want any sort of fighting at all. Robyn seems to want to have a peaceful environment at all times and control of her environment at all times. Robyn, to me, also seems high anxiety. And so sometimes when you have a lot of anxiety, you want to control your environment to reduce your anxiety. That's just my impression of Robyn. Like, she's so high strung that it's like her high strung is like, okay, I'm going to control everything so that I don't have to deal with these stressors that are coming into my brain, right? Robyn has definitely found a way to not only control her kids and isolate them from the rest of the Brown kids, but also from the kids that are up north in Montana that happen to be the siblings of her children. Her ex-husband has 4 kids, and those siblings have not met their other siblings, even if, mind you, Preston has signed off on his parental rights. Biologically, they are still connected. So it just seems sort of weird to me that, she not only isolates the kids from other Browns, but like from the family up in Montana, which really to me just tells me that she wanted Kody all to herself. And now that she has Kody all to herself, she's apparently miserable because Cody's a brooding jerk and he's taking it out on her now. So be careful what you wish for, folks. All right, so Robyn has a nanny for we don't know why reasons still, and she has basically shunned everyone from the family that's not just her immediate children and Kody, and she is also marrying Kody for money. Go figure. Now on to Janelle. Janelle uploaded this video up on her Instagram. Actually, no, she didn't upload. Janelle did this Instagram live, and it was a very short Instagram live. There's something kind of endearing and cute to me about Janelle, is that she really doesn't know how to use social media, which is so odd because she's been on a show now for over 12 years, I think. Either way, she went live to say that there was a call recently to her phone number, which she thought was odd because not a lot of people have her phone number, and she says that her address is also relatively private. But this person called from her area code claiming that she had a warrant out for her arrest, and that the warrant was because she missed jury duty, and that in order to take care of the warrant, she had to do a bond. Janelle said that after talking to this person, she was worried that she might have a warrant because, well, sometimes she misses the mail, or maybe they didn't have the right address, or maybe she hadn't updated with the county what her new address was. So she says she went to the county to check their website and found out that this is a known scam going on. Now, I did go to the Coconino website and I didn't see anything about a known scam around this issue. I was there and I searched and I didn't see it. Maybe she called and talked to someone and they told her it was a scam.
I just had a guy call me from my area code saying there was a warrant out for my arrest because I failed to appear for jury summons. And he's like, but we can solve that right now with a bond. I said, listen, I'm going to call back. I'll call you back directly because I don't know who you are. So he's like, oh, but we can't break contact because if we break contact for more than a minute, there's the automatic warrant. I'm like, okay, dude, Okay, see, I have a great lawyer. See you. So I'm here to tell you, they called me from my area code. They told me there was some sort of warrant out for my arrest and I could take care of it, you know, just that typical thing. But this one was tricky to me because I have, my address is a little bit protected, so it's possible I didn't get the mail. And, you know, he said he was with the sheriff. He gave me the sheriff's name. And, yeah, the real clincher is like, we can't break contact. I'm like, I'll just call you back. I have a good lawyer. So, guys, beware. Like, I know most of us are like, okay, we're suspicious, but this one was a little bit trickier than usual. So
She says that it's a scam and that even if it wasn't, she told the person on the phone that she has a good lawyer and that this one was a really tricky scam because not only did they use the area code of where she lived, but they knew where she lived. Interesting. I don't know. I did check the Arizona court websites and they do have active warrants that you can search for, and I didn't see any warrants for her. So I highly doubt she has a warrant out for her arrest. And if it is a scam, that is a tricky one, and it's good for her to like alert other people about these scams. Sometimes I get weird emails and it's like, you have money due to the IRS, which by the way, it's tax season. Don't even get me started. I got to do that like soon. Sometimes you'll get an email that says like, you owe money to the IRS and if you don't pay, you're going to lose everything. And or like a lawsuit is being filed against you for the IRS for default, or you're about to be arrested by the FBI, like those kind of emails. So I can definitely see how a phone call might be triggering. Unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers out there, so you should always verify with your county and your sheriff's office if you have a warrant. Now, she said this person actually provided her the name of the sheriff and that phone number there. So I hope everything's okay. I hope she's not under arrest. And if she does have a warrant, I hope she gets it taken care of. Now, the sister wives don't typically get in legal trouble. Well, not always. Well, sort of. But it's usually financial issues that they run into. Criminally, it's only Kody that has like 1 million traffic tickets and a hold on his registration in Arizona, which could probably be why he might want to move to Nevada. Who knows? Either way, Janelle's warning you about this fake warrant that's out for her arrest, and Robyn is shunning everyone and married Kody for money. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.